two iPads from completely different generations. One is an older iPad Pro, built for serious users. The other is Apple's brand new iPad 11. On paper, the newer one should be better. But in real-world use, that's not always true. So the real question is, should you buy an old Pro or a brand new regular iPad? Let's set the context first. These two iPads are not trying to do the same thing. The iPad Pro 2020 was designed for creators, professionals, and power users. People who care about display quality, speakers, and sustained performance. The iPad 11 from 2025 is aimed at students and everyday users. Browsing, streaming, note-taking, and light productivity. So this comparison really comes down to one idea: an older Pro versus a newer regular iPad. Price plays a big role here. The iPad 11 is available brand new, with warranty and long-term software support. The iPad Pro 2020 is usually found refurbished or used. Depending on the deal, prices can be surprisingly close. So value isn't just about cost. It's about what kind of iPad experience you're paying for today. Both iPads are made from aluminum and feel well built. Apple's build quality is solid on both sides. The iPad Pro feels more premium in the hand. Flatter edges, thinner bezels, and a more professional look. The iPad 11 is slightly thicker and lighter. It's easier to hold for long periods and more comfortable for casual use. So if you care about premium feel, Pro wins. If comfort matters more, the iPad 11 makes more sense. This is one of the biggest differences between these two iPads. The iPad Pro 2020 comes with a 120Hz ProMotion display. Scrolling is smoother, animations feel more responsive, and using a stylus feels more natural. This also makes a big difference for drawing and note-taking. There's less delay between your hand and the screen, and everything feels more connected. The iPad 11 uses a standard 60Hz liquid retina display. It looks sharp, colors are accurate, and for watching videos or reading, it's perfectly fine. But once you get used to 120Hz, going back to 60Hz feels noticeably less fluid. So if display smoothness matters to you, especially for creative work, the iPad Pro still has a clear advantage. Performance is another area where this comparison gets interesting. The iPad Pro 2020 runs on Apple's A12Z chip. It may be older, but it was built for sustained performance. The iPad 11 uses the newer A16 chip. It's faster in short bursts and much more power efficient. For everyday tasks like browsing, apps, and multitasking, the iPad 11 feels quick and responsive. But when you push both iPads with longer tasks, video editing, heavy multitasking, or long creative sessions, the iPad Pro tends to stay more stable over time. So in simple terms, the iPad 11 feels fast, but the iPad Pro feels stronger. Memory and storage are actually more similar than many people expect. Both the iPad Pro 2020 and the iPad 11 from 2025 come with 6 GB of LPDDR4X RAM, running at 2,133 MHz. So when it comes to basic multitasking, there's no real difference here. The main difference is storage options. The iPad Pro offers more flexibility, with configurations up to 1 TB. The iPad 11 tops out at 512 GB, which is still more than enough for most users. Audio is another clear win for the iPad Pro. It has 4 speakers that deliver louder, deeper, and more immersive sound. Watching movies or listening to music simply feels better. The iPad 11 has dual speakers. They're good, just not pro level. Most people don't buy iPads for cameras, but the iPad Pro offers better rear cameras and LiDAR support, which helps with document scanning and AR applications. The iPad 11 keeps things simple. Great for video calls and basic scanning, nothing more. Both iPads support Apple Pencil, but the experience is different. The iPad Pro supports Apple Pencil 2, with magnetic charging and very low latency. It still offers one of the best drawing and note-taking experiences on any tablet. The iPad 11 supports newer pencils, and for basic notes, it works well. But the experience feels more entry-level. The same goes for keyboards. With the Magic Keyboard, the iPad Pro starts to feel like a laptop replacement. The iPad 11 still feels like a tablet first, and a productivity device second. Battery performance is another area where these two iPads differ more than you might expect. The iPad Pro 2020 comes with a larger 9,720 mAh battery and supports up to 30-watt charging. The iPad 11 from 2025 has a smaller 7,698 mAh battery, but it supports faster 45-watt charging. In real-world use, both iPads can easily last a full day under normal workloads. However, there's one important thing to consider. Since the iPad Pro is an older device, many units are sold used or refurbished. If the battery health is already degraded, its battery life may be noticeably worse than a brand new iPad 11. So while the iPad Pro has a bigger battery on paper, the iPad 11 can actually feel more reliable in day-to-day use if battery condition matters to you. Wireless differences are small, but worth mentioning. The iPad 11 from 2025 supports Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.3, offering slightly better efficiency with newer accessories. The iPad Pro 2020 uses Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.0, which are still fast and reliable. When it comes to security, the iPad Pro uses Face ID, while the iPad 11 relies on Touch ID built into the power button. Both are secure and convenient. It really comes down to personal preference. Software experience is another key difference between these two iPads. The iPad 11 from 2025 clearly has the advantage when it comes to long-term support. Being a much newer device, it will receive iPadOS updates for many more years, along with new features, security patches, and better app optimization over time. The iPad Pro 2020 still runs iPadOS very smoothly today. Multitasking, split view, Stage Manager, and professional apps all work well. But realistically, its software lifespan is closer to the end than the beginning. So if you're buying an iPad to keep for many years, the iPad 11 makes more sense. But if you care more about how the iPad performs right now, the iPad Pro still feels very capable. So here's the final verdict. If you want the best display, speakers, and a more professional experience, the iPad Pro 2020 still makes sense. But if you care about longevity, efficiency, and everyday simplicity, the iPad 11 from 2025 is the smarter choice. There's no wrong option here. It all depends on how you plan to use your iPad. Which one would you choose? Let me know in the comments, and subscribe for more real-world tablet comparisons.